Hi guys, my name is Dr. Arohi Manyar and today we are going to study about public health dentistry. So in public health dentistry we are going to study about the statistical test. So our statistical tests are grossly divided into two parts, that is the parametric test and the non-parametric test. So in a parametric test we need to remember 3 points, that it is a quantitative test. Second, mean is taken into reference, mean median mode that we used to study. So here mean is taken into consideration, and third, in our parametric test we have a normal distribution curve, whereas moving on to our non-parametric test, it is a qualitative test. This was quantitative, this is a qualitative test. Here median is taken into consideration, and the third point is this doesn't have a normal distribution curve, it has a non-normal distribution. Okay. So in parametric test we have divided into 3 parts. When we have one group of people or one group onto which we have to perform our test, we perform our paired t-test. So how to remember this? So whenever we have a before after kind of a situation, I have a group of people on which I have to perform my DMFT index. So I have, let's say I have 100 people, so that is one group. In 100 people I have to perform my DMFT test before and after. So this is before 6 months, this is after 6 months. So these kind of before after situations we go about with our paired t-test, because the group is same, the group of choice or the group of population is one, it is only one group, it is the same. On the same people we are performing this test. After that we are going to two groups. Okay. So when we have two groups, for example, when we have a group of boys and we have a group of girls, when we segregate into two groups and then we take DMFT index, this can be any index, this is just taken for example. So when I separate this population into two groups and then I take a test, it is known as unpaired t-test. So in such cases, when n is greater than 30, n means my group of choice. So when the group of choice is greater than 30, the test itself is known as Z test. Moving on further to greater than two groups, we have ANOVA test. What does ANOVA test means? It is analysis of variance. This is just a short form. The whole thing that means is analysis of variance. So in this again we have two different types. So the first thing that we have to remember about ANOVA test is we have greater than two groups. So here I have 3 years, 4 years and 5 years. This I have divided, first I had just one group, then I divided into two groups, that is boys and girls. Now I am dividing it into age wise, 3 years of age, 4 years of age and 5 years of age, and then I am taking my DMFT index. So this is our ANOVA test. The one way ANOVA, this is one of the types, the one way ANOVA test. In this there is only one variable but there are more than two groups. So this 3, 4 and 5 years, these are more than two groups, these are three groups, and my variable is only one, that is DMFT. Whereas in two-way ANOVA, I have greater than one variable and greater than two groups. So I have I am also taking DMFT along with the hemoglobin. So these are my two variables and it is in greater than two groups, that is here I have three groups, it can be 4, 5 or multiple. So that is all about our parametric test. Moving on to the non-parametric test. So it's a very simple thing here. Here we only divided into one groups, two or greater than two groups. Okay. So if I am performing a non-parametric test on one group, I call that test known as a McNemar test or a sign test. For greater than two groups or two groups, something known as chi-square test or chi-square test, whatever you people want to say. Here the population, the group which I select should be greater than 30 and there should be, the number should be greater than 5 in any cell. So this is my group. Here it should be greater than 30, this is 90, this 80 and 98, this is greater than 30, but these two are not greater than 30, so this cannot be called as chi-square test. So somebody called it as a Yates correction. So what happens in Yates correction is when the n is less than 30 like here, or when there is less than 5 in any cell. So if this is less than 5, 4 is less than 5 obviously, so in one of the cells we have less than 5 number. So such kind of cases can be solved with our Fisher exact test. So that is all about our non-parametric test. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and that is all about the statistical test in public health dentistry. Hey guys, I hope you like this video. Please hit the bell icon and subscribe to my channel for the upcoming notifications. Also, don't forget to comment in the comment section below about the topics that you want me to discuss later on. And to get in direct touch with me, you can also DM me on my Instagram ID, which I'll be putting in the description box below. Thanks for watching.